Gotta get into the groove. Gotta get into the groove.
Hi, this is Simon Leung back with GLIVE. Hope you are doing well. Lots of craziness in terms of the world of the technologies over the past several days, including, of course, just a couple of days ago. I guess it's been about 24 hours since that actually happened. Do you know what I'm talking about? And by the way, if you're joining us live, give us a hashtag live. If you're joining us on the replay, give us on the replay. I want to know how you are. I want to know how life was for you without Facebook, without Instagram, without WhatsApp for several hours. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. Time just goes by really quickly. But wasn't that crazy? Because yes, it's been about a day since that outage, since that outrage of the century, hasn't it? But wouldn't it be interesting though if we can figure out certain ways that we can still run our businesses, that we can still do our own thing and get on with our regular lives, even without depending on all these different social media stuff? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. You see, I would have reported this yesterday, probably came onto G Live yesterday and talked about this, but I personally didn't want to take any chances because we have no idea when things will be down, things will be up. And so my business partner just so happened to be in town. And so we went out pretty much for the entire day and we sat down at a cafe to discuss very big and very exciting things for our community. And by the way, are you interested in being a part of all the big things that will be happening? If you are, do let us know. If you are, inside the comments, if you guys and gals actually want to be in. Now, regardless, what happened about 24 hours ago with this whole social media outage, actually, we learned a very significant lesson. What significant marketing, life, business lesson might that be? Well, it's an age old type of mentality where we were taught that we should not put all our eggs in one basket, right? We should not depend on just one ecosystem, one system, one product, one service to be able to, get our marketing out there. And for many of us, especially for those of us who've been marketing for the past 10, 15 years in the past, right? A very a very risky type of thing is that we've always just kind of dependent on whatever one marketing or advertising platform had always worked really the best for us. Now, on a community standpoint, I will have you know that when all those things went down, yes, we ourselves also lost our communication. As you know, as a part of Groove, we have a lot of Facebook groups, we have Facebook pages, we also do a lot of promotions on Instagram. We communicate through Messenger. We communicate through WhatsApp. And so for hours and hours, we were completely silent. The entire teams were completely silent. And even when I wanted to do some social promotions, let's just say on social media or communicate with my members, we couldn't. And so with that, it was the exact same thing with marketing. I mean, our Facebook ads were down, as I'm sure you can imagine. Our Instagram ads were also down. And if there were ads on, let's say, WhatsApp, and I don't think that there are because I haven't really seen any, but maybe there are and I just haven't noticed, then those would have been down as well. The lesson here is that we do need to diversify as much as possible. And that's why, for one thing, this past weekend, I did conduct a mini course on video marketing. We talked about organic video marketing. Let us know, by the way, if you somehow missed us live. It was 5 hours of complete craziness, not only with pure content, but with the live chat just going off the entire time. A great community of networking. Let us know if you somehow missed it and would like to get access on it. We'll be more than happy to share some of that value with you as well. Now, that is why, though, right here at Groove, we also as well are moving into YouTube video advertising. We're moving into YouTube marketing and as well as other platforms as well, which means that pretty soon you will be seeing us everywhere. So even for us, we're not just focusing just on Facebook ads anymore. We're not just focusing on Instagram ads anymore. We know the importance of diversification. And for that reason, that is why we're also implementing those actions inside of our internal marketing strategies as well. Now, for everyone else who might be thinking, well, what other ways then can we actually find ways to find methods to diversify? Well, this is where the good news come in. Yes, Groove on its own is also a communication solution, isn't it? So marketing your website with your pages, with your funnels, all of this can actually get you organic and paid ad results across multiple platforms. So even if you're not, let's say, if let's say you're not doing anything else other than simply focusing on Facebook ads or Instagram ads, the good news is that when you are using Groove, when you have your websites and you build them correctly, you're following our guidelines as we share them with you inside of our tutorials on our YouTube channels, which by the way, when Facebook and Instagram all went down, of course, you can still access our YouTube channel, right? You can still watch our tutorials, and that probably would have been a good time for you to get caught up on all the content that you had previously missed. But regardless, in terms of how to set them up correctly, how to get organic search results, how to get video search results, you can learn all of that. You can do all of that, in fact, with Groove as well. So yes, Groove to the rescue, right? You can still get organic rankings and organic traffic and organic visitors, even when Facebook and Instagram and your other ads are actually down. In addition, if you're simply depending on, let's say, Facebook groups, okay, or your Facebook pages, or your Facebook profile, or your Instagram to communicate, to do marketing, right, with your customers, with your existing members, with those who are within your community, then once again, you are putting your business at risk. Because what if they go down and they go down again and they go down for a very long time, right? For hours and hours and hours. If we happen to be depending on the live streaming during that time of our marketing, well, with the entire platform and system down for hours, that means that our event got canceled. It means that all of our marketing worked for nothing. All of our efforts went to nuts, right? And so with that, that's where the future Groove stream will actually come in, the Groove webinar, right? All of these things will come in very handy for us because now we can multi-stream into multiple different platforms. You can now use Groove as opposed to Instagram, as opposed to Facebook to share your webinar content. In addition, if you want to communicate with your people, you can also, of course, use Groove Mail, right? Our autoresponder system, which for me, actually, and for all of our paid members, our platinum membership level, right, is working extremely well. And, we've been doing that, of course, to do our own marketing. And so, by the way, if you're not getting access to that, you really want to make sure that you do what you can to protect your business. Now is the best time to upgrade to platinum, before it gets too late and all of our current deals actually go away. But in addition to that, right, you can also do membership sites to communicate with your members. You can also use your blog to get organic listings. You can also use Groove Video, right, to do your video marketing. You can do Groove Cart to now share your content, to share your products and share your services, and not depending on Facebook Shop or Facebook Stores or whatever it is that they call it, right? What happens if all those things go down? With Groove, once again, you are protected, right? Because now Groove is to your rescue. And once again, Groove is here to save us, to make sure that our businesses remain online, even if it's just one of many different platforms that you use, even if it's one of different many methods and strategies that you implement to do your marketing. At the very least, we need to make sure that Groove is also accessible to you as well. Now, notwithstanding, we're not saying that Groove can be up the entire time. In fact, let's be realistic, right? The internet is its own world. Technology is its own world. And yes, things go up, things go down. Sometimes when we're, depending on different servers that are outside of our control, DNS, all these different things, the cloud and everything else that's outside of our control. Yes, it is a possibility. And we have seen this in the past where Groove, just like any other platform in the world, right? It may not be 100% stable 100% all of the time, but the good news is that I do not believe that Groove will allow their servers to go down for hours and hours at a time. And if at the very least it does happen, right? This is where Groove also diversify our resources and also encourage you to do so as well, so that at the very end of the day, right, what we do have is something that will continue to be stabilized and strategies that will allow us to continue to make sure that with the diversification, we have multiple chances of our content being up. So when everything was down, though, just so that you know, when nothing else was actually happening, Groove was up, and I was still doing my own communication, conducting my own businesses, sending out my own meals, my own mail, and communicating with my customers via Groove. So just so that you know, it was a very viable solution for me when everything was down. How cool is that, by the way? If you think that's cool, if you think that, yes, Groove to the rescue, type in Groove inside of the comments so that we know that you are on the same team as all of us as well. And so with that, know that you are at the right place and know that you are at the right time right here at Groove. Yes, we know nothing ever is 100% dependable. Even just to let you know, a couple of days ago, for those of you who watched my live stream, which was, I believe, on my own channel on Monday or Tuesday or something like that, my Wi Fi actually went down for almost a full day. I could not get online. I could not do my show. I could not do G Live as intended. And then the next day, Facebook went down, Instagram went down, all the social media went down. And then, of course, the next day after that, we, of course, had to meet up with my partner to discuss all these big things of all the lost time that we need to make up, right? So, regardless, just so that you know, yes, technology mishaps do happen. My business partner's wife, just to let you know, her laptop completely crashed and for several days could not do anything. It completely broke down. All the things that we needed to do, right, could not get done because a lot of important information was on that laptop. And even, we had to meet in person in order to get things done and to be progressive. And so that's what technology can do to us if we depend too much on it. Sometimes we just need to take a step back and go back the old school way, meet in person if we need to, do some important things. But just so that you know, we need to start taking control back however that we can. But if you do need to depend on some sort of technology, Groove is doing a great job. It's been doing a great job for me as well as my community members, my students, my mentees. So hopefully you are grooming and setting up your Groove system so that it can do the same for you. Now, of course, all day long, we can either sit back and whine and complain, right? When Facebook goes down, when Instagram goes down, when WhatsApp goes down, when YouTube goes down, when Google goes down, even when Groove goes down, right? We can sit back all day long and whine and complain about everything that you're not happy with in your life, right? You can whine and complain about all the problems that you have, about how life and the universe is treating you unfairly. You can always all day long, even within our community, right? We have people who complain that, oh, there's too many meetings. There's too much video information. You can't do this. I can't do this. You can't do that. I can't do that. I don't have that skill. I don't have that time. It's easy for us to make excuses, isn't it? Isn't it? It's easy for us to make excuses on things that we don't want to do and just say that it's too hard or too complicated and not something that we can do. It's super simple to make excuses. I hear it every single day. In fact, every single day, I see that among so-called leaders, okay, so-called gurus, so-called aspiring leaders who say that they want to reach the next level, but all I see are inaction and excuses from them all day long. You know who makes excuses? Little kids. Little kids as well as other people who never do anything with their lives. My little girl yes, I've been training her the entire time, pretty much her entire life, not to make excuses. If you have problems, overcome it, try to do whatever it is that you can. But of course, kids will always be kids. She's only, what, 7 years old? And she's been making excuses ever since she was a baby, right? As ever since that she was able to talk, and that's what kids do. They want to write different things, and we tell them that they need to do their homework. Oh, my arm is getting tired, right? We ask them to do different things or finish your food. Oh, I'm too full, or I'm too tired, or I'm too lazy, or I want to do this and I want to do that instead. I'd rather be playing toys, right? Well, as adults, we need to know better than that. As now aspiring leaders, aspiring successful entrepreneurs and marketers, you need to know better than that, right? We are adults. There's no time for us to make excuses. And we also don't have time to make excuses ourselves or anyone who makes them either. So, with that, just take that with a grain of salt. Take that however you want to take it. Just know that for anyone who does want to be a bigger part of the Groove community, you want to be identified, acknowledged, to be leaders, for you to qualify for so many more additional opportunities in the future. We need to see you as a leader, and leaders do not make excuses, they take action. Okay, so with that, make sure that you do understand it. Make sure that if you do want to take maximum advantage of everything that we have right here inside of the Groove community, there's so much that is available for you, but nobody can be that inspiration for you to take action other than yourself. But when everything else goes down, right? Groove is your solution. When this community, when everything else doesn't seem to work, when this community also happens to be your solution, that is when we learn to truly have a brand new appreciation for what we have. And that is when we need to learn to, push excuses to the side, kick them to the curb, because the gratitude, that's when it truly kicks in. I know that it's had a brand new appreciation for me, especially when I know that everything I cannot depend on, but I can depend on the Groove community. I can depend on my team members. I can depend on the system itself. That is when our new appreciation actually comes in. All right, so with that, this is just a clear message, a quick message on maybe a little bit of mindset, a little bit on leadership, to know that yes, we do need to make sure that if you are not already a part of the Groove community the way that you should be, then you really ought to change that mindset, because there's so much more that is available for you right here on Groove, on the G Live show and our community than you can ever imagine. All right, so with that, that is pretty much all that I have to share with you here today. But before we actually let you go, and those of you who are, oh, I don't know, too busy, right? You have better things to do with your time or whatever else, you can now be excused. Thank you very much for joining us. But for those of you who want to stay back and interact and say hi to just a few of us who do happen to be saying hi inside of the community, we do want to say hi to just a few of you. Chester is joining us, hashtag live. Great to see you. We also have Liney, who is also joining us live. We also have Colin saying, hi, I was asleep during the FB outage. No harm done. Yes, the good news is that it actually happened in the middle of the night in Malaysia time, Singapore time, Philippines time. So for me, though, I am a night owl. I do a lot of the different things in the middle of the night as well as throughout the day. My schedule is never really consistent. Keep in mind, yes, we do have US team partners as well and team members. So I do a lot of things in the middle of the night. And so it impacted me. But at the same time, we make sure that along with other platforms, diversification, as we just talked about, and of course, by using Groove, this was something that allowed us to have our businesses to continue to run. But good, Colin. I'm glad that you're living the healthy lifestyle. You're sleeping when you're supposed to be sleeping. We're going to be depending on you for a lot of daytime activities moving forward. Chanel is also joining us live. Great to see you. We also have Ernst. Good to see you. Donna is also here with us. Liney is here saying hello to everybody. We also have Chanel saying, yes, definitely interested in all the cool things that we have right here in the community. Chester is also saying, I want to be a part of all the big things that is going on, that is happening right here in Groove. And you shall be, of course, Chester, as long as, of course, you are a leader. And as we all know, leaders are not exempt from any actions that we ask our followers to do. So, whatever it is that you want to be a part of, make sure that you do let us know because nothing is automatic. And if you don't tell us that you're interested, we also don't know. Facebook user, join us, hashtag live, great to see you. We also have another Facebook user saying, love the training. We already taking action and getting results. Yes, we absolutely are, right? And for anybody who does take action, whether it's on anything that you learn for free inside of the Groove Academy or inside of the YouTube channel or any one of the mini courses that we share with you or private meetings, right? We share with you exactly what it is that you need to do. And if you actually just take action, a fraction of the action on anything that we share with you, you will get results. The people who don't take any action are the people who, quite frankly, are not doing anything. So ask yourself, are you doing anything? Are you getting results? Because if your answer is no, you're not getting any results, the only reason would be that you're not actually executing what you have learned, which means that you should shut down whatever else that you'll be doing, invest 6 hours, 12 hours, 1 day, 10 days, 30 days, whatever, into the business. And when you do, and you actually invest that time and put it in, again, no excuses, right? What you do is you execute, you implement, you will get these results. Our members, our success stories, they tell you so. We also have Chanel saying the mini course was mini in name only. The learnings are definitely mega good vibes. And as you know, Chanel and everybody else, as part of Groove, we always strive to over deliver. And that's exactly what we did. And so hopefully we can upkeep with that as much as possible. We also have Link join us live. Liney also joined us live, saying hello to another great. Colin is also joining us live on Facebook as well. Carolina, great to see you, saying thank you for sharing this. We also have Chanel saying hello to Liney. Awesome. Yes, we have a lot of Groove fans. This is the one that I was looking for. Thank you for all of you who are saying Groove, because we are groovy. We are part of this awesome community. And as Christina says, yes, definitely, Groove is really cool. Chester is saying hashtag Groove. We are in the right place at the right time. So congratulations, especially to those of you who are joining us hashtag live, or hopefully not too much on the hashtag replay. We also have Steven saying hello. Great hello back to you, Mr. Steven. Bernard is joining us live. He's also saying, yeah, building our own list via Groove Mail. That is the way to go. One of many strategies, of course, that we're going to get into as we continue on with maybe education on mini courses or live video trainings or recorded video trainings or whatever else. Just make sure that if you do want to be a part of all these additional education, that you do need to let us know. Case in point, right? A recent post that I posted inside of the community, people are just liking it. They're saying, yes, it's very cool, but nobody is actually expressing interest on anything, right? So with that, then, hey, are you telling me that you're not interested in learning all these things? Because if nobody tells me that you're interested, I take that as a vote that you are not interested, and it's just not going to happen. And so it's going to be a complete loss for those of us who are interested, but somehow we don't do it because we don't know that you want it. So with all of that, yes, Bernard, thank you for leading the way with a lot of the commenting, a lot of the interaction, a lot of the education. But we do need to know that from more people, a significant enough number of people that we're interested in whatever it is that we're doing. Otherwise, they're not going to happen. So Bernard, it's up to you. Lead by example, my friend. Steven also joined us live, and so is Van, which I recognize the name, I believe, from the actual mini course itself. Great to see you back in our community. And Liney is also saying, I am interested to all the things that happened and what will happen to Groove Asia. One thing, one step at a time. Of course, if you do have an interest, you do need to make sure that you let us know in the appropriate post. I think Chester, since Chester is, I believe, one of your community leaders, he is a very good person to ask if you need to know what you need to do in order for you to take massive action and to express your interest as well. So with that, that is pretty much our show for you here today. We do want to hopefully continue on with these future shows without experiencing any outages across our social media platforms. And that is yet another reason why you should be connecting with us on Groove across all of our platforms, because we just don't know when any single one of them may go down. So make sure that if you haven't already subscribed to us on YouTube, like us on our Facebook page, join us inside of our Facebook group community. Make sure that you turn on those notifications as well. Otherwise, you will not get notified when we go live. All right. So with that, on behalf of the entire Groove community and myself, I do want to thank you for your time here today. I know that you're busy. I know that your time is precious, but you made no excuses and you joined us here today. All right. So with everything else, take action right now. Let us know if you have any questions. And yes, as always, we shall see you next time on The Inside.
You gotta get into the groove.